Hey there, everyone! Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're diving into the topic about women who want a high-value man. Let me know what you think, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get into it.
And a lot of the women that come to my platform want high value, high earning, masculine men. You cannot be a hoe, number one. You cannot dress a certain way. That's another thing. Women try to say, oh, he's controlling me because he doesn't want me to wear XYZ. No, you should respect that man enough not to put him in danger, realistically speaking. Because if you're too sexy and another man steps you, now he's gotta say something. And if he doesn't say something, now he's not a man. You don't want no high value masculine man because now you're putting them in danger, and that's a problem. Girls are twisted out here. It's delusion. It's giving delusion.
The Lululemon.
Yes.
I'm with you.
Hello, I'm a high-value woman seeking a high-value man. My name is Maddie Roubaix, and I would like to tell you my qualifications today. Thank you. First of all, I have an education as high as a GED. If you don't know what that is, it's generalized education. I also have my captain's license, my dive masters, and I'm a professional shark feeder. Thank you. There are no videos of me online that could haunt your career or get our children bullied in the future, so that's also really good. Just don't dig too deep. Really the only catch is that I am a single mom of 2. But my kids are still very young. I have 1 boy and 1 girl. So if you decide to be their father, they will call you daddy, and so will I.
Yeah, boy.
Let's say, for example, you're a woman and you want to attract a man who takes care of you. There's a lot of healing that you're going to need to do because you also need to allow yourself to be taken care of, right? So when I first started dating my boyfriend, I was more in my masculine energy. And I think it created friction in the beginning because he was like, yo, like, I'm the man. Like, you need to pipe down. You get me?
Relax, slow down.
Yeah, like, relax, slow down. Like, you could be soft. Like, you can be vulnerable with me. You do not have to have this tough bitch act all the time. He saw that I was just like having a hard exterior. But inside, I was like craving to be soft and to be a woman. And I didn't actually want to be this boss babe. You get me? It wasn't really who I was. It might be from other women, but I don't think that's at the core who I am.
Ladies, you really want a high-value man? Really? Is that what you want? Listen to me for a second. Do you have any clue what that entails? It may sound good in theory, but from what I've seen, everyone that has said, I want a high-value man, when you get one, you don't want it. Because it's hard. It takes a specific type of woman for that. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not gonna be easy. He's gonna put you in your place, hold you accountable. Why? Because he cares about you, not just being with you. And a high-value man's not gonna tell you, I love you all the time. He's gonna show you by doing things, making sure you've eaten for the day, enough. Making sure you've slept enough, making sure you drank enough water, enough to survive. He's gonna do things to benefit your financial future together. And he's gonna know you're the one for him so much that he's gonna work his you-know-what off, knowing in his head that he's doing it to better both of your lives. He's not out there cheating. Doesn't have time for that. He doesn't even care enough for that. Because at the end of the day, all a high-value man wants is a high-value woman that knows what she has when she has it.
Girls think that they want to date a high-value man until he starts calling you out for not taking responsibility, before he starts holding you accountable, before he has higher standards for you than you have for yourself. Everyone talks about, oh, date a high-value man. This is what you do to have to attract a high-value man. But I've never heard anyone talk about like actually dating a high-value man takes a totally different kind of woman. It is not for the weak. I have other friends who are dating like very loving, very successful, perfectionist, ambitious men, and it is not for the weak.
Everybody wants to date a millionaire guy until you realize that he's gonna hold you up to the same exact standards that he holds himself. So you can't be no lazy bitch. You can't just lay in bed all day. You have to go on the runs. You have to be fit. You have to eat healthy. Pretty much everything that a high value man does, he will expect you to do it. So if you're the type of girl that rots in bed all day, that you don't brush your teeth, you don't brush your hair, you don't do your makeup, most likely a millionaire high value man is not gonna pick you. And it's not because you're ugly, it's not because of this, it's just because you're not holding yourself up to the high standard that he holds himself. So if he's holding himself up here and he's going on a 3-mile run every day and he's going to the gym and he's eating healthy and you're eating chicken tenders and fries and rotting in bed all day, that's most likely not going to be your man. So rule number one, or step number one to finding your millionaire high value man: stop being lazy, get the fuck up, do your hair, do your makeup, and act like the high value woman that attracts and has a high value man. Because, like, let's be real, this super high net worth value guy on a yacht with his friends and like just a shit ton of money is most likely not going to be with a girl who doesn't wash her face, who doesn't eat healthy, who doesn't work out.
Why do so many women want a high value man? It's purely to use his money. She's not looking for other characteristics. She's not looking at him as an individual. It's just whatever he makes. They're just like, well, what's wrong with having a standard? I just want what I want. I mean, should I just lower myself to an average guy, even though I'm very basic? I mean, I deserve Prince Charming in the world. And then what happens if he gets down bad? Is she gonna still be with that man, that high value man? No, because it's about the money. All the women who want a high value man, they don't really care what a man wants. They want him for his money, and that's it. Like, they don't think about what his needs may be. They're not even willing to learn that. They don't care about traditional values, which most men want across the board. They're not willing to go to the lengths that it takes to become that woman, to compete against the other women that are around him, the options that he has.
Ladies, a man I once dated told me something profound. He said, Nelly, there are more beautiful women in this world than there are wealthy men. And so if you want to be with a wealthy and successful guy, ladies, you have to figure out how to add value into his life. But how do you add value to someone's life if they already have everything? Well, seemingly have everything. You have to create emotional value, because that's how you become irreplaceable. And this is where a lot of women screw up, is they check the beauty box. Okay, in other words, they are attractive and they're a status symbol for these guys, but they fail at being able to create a vulnerable, nurturing, safe space for these men. And they also are honestly not fun. And men like this, they want to have fun. So if you want to figure out how to do that, you have to lean into your divine feminine energy. And you already have it in you, that's the good news. But a lot of you guys have trauma and, past issues that are prohibiting you from unleashing that and mastering that.
I am starting to see a lot more of these soft life influencers on my social media, and it's like really starting to bother me now. I think one thing that is not talked about enough is the fact that the feminism of women of color, or the underprivileged for that matter, because again, as a group that may be more relevant, the feminism of the underprivileged has been very different as a whole from the feminism of the privileged. And so women that look like me, okay, women of my color, for generations and generations and generations, we have been stuck in miserable marriages and miserable lives for that matter, actually, right? Because we have not had access to our own finances, the ability to pursue careers, the ability to go out and achieve anything of our own for that matter, right? So if you think that you can convince me into regressing myself back to where I am now fully financially dependent on a man to give me the soft life, you got it twisted.
Let me teach you some things about dating a multimillionaire. My ex was a multimillionaire, and I learned a few things with dating him. So dating a multimillionaire is not everything it's cracked out to be. Take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt, because this is my situation, not your situation. But I loved my ex-boyfriend. We were a serious relationship. He was not my sugar daddy. He was an actual boyfriend. And when I dated my ex-boyfriend, I fell in love with him and also his lifestyle. So falling in love with his lifestyle kind of blinded me into not seeing the reality of the situation, not seeing the reality of what it's like to actually date a high value man. So a lot of women come on this app and they want to date a high value man, but they don't really know what that consists of, okay? And I'm not saying you shouldn't want to date a high value man, because I will never lower my standards for anybody. I'm always going to date high standard or high value. I'm always going to date powerful men. I'm always going to date successful men, but I'm not going to lower my values and my expectations just for money. Like, I want the whole thing, and I'm going to get the whole thing. But what I realize about dating a successful man is that anything you try to do for him might not be enough. So I remember I would just try to cook and clean and just do everything for this man. And then I would be like, okay, you're going to miss me when I'm gone. Like, if I'm out of town, what are you going to do? And he would just laugh it off, like, I'll just get a maid. So I started to realize that, like, damn, the things you would do for a broke man would love you cooking, would love you cleaning, because he's not going to find that nowhere else and he's not going to pay for that. But a rich man is just going to outsource that shit. He's just going to get it done from somebody else. So the things that you would expect from a broke boy, do not expect from a rich man, because a rich man will outsource that shit, and that's exactly what he did.
Emotional damage.
All these young women thinking that finding that right guy to take care of them, that successful man, right, is everything. It's all over TikTok. It's all over TikTok. And I didn't realize how prevalent this mindset was, because when I was their ages, I'm 41 now, but when I was in my 20s and early 30s, TikTok wasn't around. So you didn't get a lot of this culture, right? And one of the things, I don't know if you guys are aware of, but one of the things that they're saying is that they need to find a man generally before they're 30, right? This is all over the place. So here's the thing. I'm just going to be really honest with you guys. What happens when you find that man, okay, and you get that relationship and you're in that financial security zone, okay, but you find out that you're still not happy? What happens then when you put your sense of happiness into this external person, into this external relationship? Well, a lot of times you become the 40, 50, 60, or 70-year-old woman that is single again, okay? So maybe it would be wise to listen to some older women when it comes to this stuff, instead of just acting like those older women are just damaged goods that couldn't keep a man, okay? Because that's the mindset a lot of young women have, because they just don't know any better.
So the thing that's going to attract a high value man in your life, the thing that is going to make you stand out from all of the other women, is this thing: value. The man, the high value man, the only thing he's really looking for from a woman is value, is how you make him feel in front of other men, in front of other people. That is the difference.
PSA, the bare minimum is whatever you want it to be. And the higher standard you set for your bare minimum, the more high quality men you will attract. For example, if you decide to be realistic and you're like, no, like the bare minimum is just to be loyal and respectful and be nice to me and take me on a date, then you are now less likely to get any more than that. Because the man knows he's got you now. He's impressed you. Why would he want to go above and beyond for you? Whereas if you're a bit of a bitch about it, like I am, sure, you're going to get a lot of men that hate on you, like, oh my god, that's not bare minimum, you're never going to find a man, you're going to die alone in a flat with 2 cats. You'll get that hate, okay? But you know what else you'll get? You'll get big bouquets of flowers, and you'll get taken on fancy dates. And you'll get every single door open for you. And you'll get a lifetime's worth of love and affection in the space of a day. Because you set your standard that high, so now that's what you're going to experience. All of your dating experiences are a result of what you decide to tolerate. So if you decide to be super polite and keep the basic bare minimum standard, which we'll call 10%, which is just respect and loyalty, then a man only has to go 15% to impress you. And then you'll be stuck there at 15%. Meanwhile, other girls are out here with 100% getting spoiled every single day. It's your choice.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.